Okay, James.
Yeah.
This is your first muscle car meet. Okay, you brought a Challenger along.
Yes.
Went over some stuff yesterday. I want to make sure you got it up here. Okay,
it's there.
you got to not
100%.
be you. You have to be okay. Scat pack. What does it mean?
It's bag of poo.
No, it's not a bag. No, it has to do with Frank Sinatra,
Oh, yeah.
Rat Pack,
Yeah.
and like scatting. Should we
I'm
do
a
that?
scat
Like
man.
scat.
Yeah,
Get
yeah,
out of
yeah.
here, right?
Yep.
But not. Okay, kind of like that. Anyway, the Super B logo,
Yeah.
really iconic. What does it mean?
B with a cape, and it saves crimes.
No, James. No, it's Super B. Like the B body design from the 60s.
Oh
70s.
yes, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, these are manly men. Like think. Oh, like there's a lot of Miata in here.
Well, there is, yeah.
Right. So just like really think. Oh. Okay. Off you go.
Hey guys! Anyone want to wrestle? Did you watch the wrestling last night? Can we start over?
You're watching Throttle S. I'm Thomas.
And I'm James. And this is the 2020 RT Scat Pack Challenger.
With a manual transmission.
Red Eyes and Demons may take the headlines, but the truth is, as nuts as those supercharged monsters are, there's another option that attempts to find the happy medium between performance and affordability. Since Dodge doesn't seem to have a new version of the Challenger coming over the horizon, what we end up with are about 1 million variations of what already exists. So this one is the Scat Pack. While it doesn't have a supercharger, it gets more displacement and starts at a fairly reasonable 40 grand US and 48 grand Canadian.
That makes it $20,000 cheaper than its Hellcat sibling. Although this one today makes a further dent in your wallet because it's the Widebody. What does that mean? Well, for a lot of us, there's a very familiar 3.5 inches of widened fender flares, larger adaptive damping suspension, Brembo 6-piston brakes, wider wheels, and sticky Pirelli tyres, which, along with the help of a bunch more options, brings this very kitted out example to $69,000 Canadian. A big number, yes, but the point is, still sporting big American V8 power and upgraded sharper suspension, this has all the potential in the world to be the sweet spot. So, is it? And if you're new to Throttle House, we do car reviews, track tests, and quite a lot of messing about. So subscribe and hit the bell.
We've driven Hellcats, we've driven the Red Eye, we've driven the Demon, and they're ridiculous, they're insane. They spin their tires in 5th gear. This is different. This is the right amount of power for a Challenger.
And that's the sound of a naturally aspirated 6.4 litre Hemi V8 motor. And relatively insulated in the cabin though it is, outside it's making an absolute roar. And even though there's no supercharger whine filling the cabin, don't underestimate this, because it still puts out 485 horsepower.
It's got that low revving, punch you in the back American V8 feel. It doesn't quite get old. In the manual transmission, he's got these big long throws, big meaty gears. You feel like a Viking swinging an axe. Come around the corner, and boom, 3rd. Boom, 4th. It gives you one more thing to interact with. In a car that's this physical, the steering is heavy. You have to pay attention, it's big.
And because this is a pushrod Hemi V8, torque is nice and high, even though it's naturally aspirated. The sacrifice there, though, is it's not particularly high revving. That said, we just complained recently about how a certain Porsche was too high revving and too long in the gears. This is actually really fun around town because you get to row through the gears before you're going ridiculous speeds. And because it's the wide body, it should operate like a button-down sports car Challenger.
But it doesn't. In fact, it's a bit of an idiot in the corners. You kind of set it up, turn it in, and hang on for dear life. And do your best to stay within the lines. Most of your concentration is going towards, I can't see. There's a big delay between when you give the car an input and when it reacts. And even though I have it in track suspension setting right now, it wallows all over the place. But I don't mind that, because it adds to its character. That's what this thing, it's a Challenger. It's supposed to be big and dumb. Because if I wanted an American V8 car that handled well, I'd buy a Camaro. Sorry, Challenger guys. Be okay with the fact that your car doesn't handle well, because that's its charm. Like James, he doesn't handle physical activity well. It's part of his charm.
Even though I have it in the street suspension setting, and it does have some of the wallow that Thomas was talking about, this is a weirdly comfortable car. Something with this much power, I'm used to some level of sacrifice. And that's where the Challenger crushes the Camaro and the Mustang, I'm sorry to say. Because this is a really comfortable cruiser. And we're hitting bumps that we hit every time we test cars, and this is taking them like a champ. That said though, so does the Charger. And I seem to remember that taking the corners a lot better. But wide body or not, you've got to be really careful in the corners because otherwise you're going to experience that scat play, rear end. You could lose the back end.
Put it this way, I don't really feel like I'm in a muscle car. I feel like I'm in a truck. In fact, it kind of handles like a truck, with or without the upgraded suspension that comes with the wide body. The seating position is ridiculously high, and I feel that the center of gravity is quite close to the moon. So it's got the noise, it's got the character, but does it look the part?
This thing makes a hell of a racket.
A good racket though.
Oh, a great one.
So, what do you think? I think visually, this is peak Challenger.
Yeah.
This is like the best rendition of this car for me.
Well, they do all look very similar.
That's true, but this has the wide body, which obviously we'll get to that in a second. But the coolest part about that on the Scat Pack is that with the wide body, you can get these Devil's Rim alloys, which are similar to the Red Eye.
Yeah.
I think they look fantastic.
I love
yeah.
No, we've discovered with the wide body's really worth it because it's an expensive package, right? It's 8,000 Canadian dollars.
Yes, yes.
But we discovered when we had the Charger Hellcat wide body in California.
Yeah.
Because that also had the Devil's Rim job wheels as an option.
No, just the Devil's Rim.
Just, what did I say?
We'll just,
I think,
we don't need to go over it again.
Yes, okay, Freudian slip. And that was in a fun color. That was in Go Mango Orange.
Yes. Also we drove one that was Plum Crazy.
Plum Crazy.
Yeah, this has a fantastic color name.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was curious about.
Yeah. It's called F8 Green.
F8 as in like, it's like is there a jet fighter that saved the war?
No.
No?
No, that's just the paint code.
Well, it looks great. And you know what? They've thrown enough fun names at this elsewhere. We got the Scat Pack, we got the Super B, you know, all that stuff. So it's worth it. But so I'm curious. A lot of the time, you can tell what's going on with the Challenger from what's going on the hood.
Oh yes.
And the Demon had that has the giant scoop.
The Demon has like the biggest hood scoop on a production car. Right. It's this huge nostril. I don't know why I'm doing this. It just feels right. But then the Red Eye it has just two. It's split in the middle. I think Jason Camisa said it had a deviated septum. It's like a Demon with a deviated septum.
Yeah, that's a smart one. Yeah.
He's a clever dude. Yeah.
Where is that guy?
Yeah, he's stuck in California. Anyway, this is not either of those, so it has these three things, which are functional. Like the air comes in, the air goes out, right? This relieves pressure from the inside of the hood, I think. It also has the little hole that goes in, but it's capped. Can you see that it's capped?
Oh, I see, yeah.
Yeah, there might be a little space back in there.
Yeah, but these still shine orange, so who cares?
Oh, the orange is such a good idea. I don't know why that looks so awesome. It just does.
No, I think it's fair to say that we couldn't be defined as muscle car guys.
No, not even close.
Even though we have the range for it.
Yeah.
As proved earlier. But this, as a muscle car, this kind of fits the bill perfectly. Does anything else match this?
No, there isn't though. That's what I mean. This is it.
The two pony cars have gone really sporty.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, oh, this would be the muscle car for me if I was going to get one, but this is the only option. Although, there are other versions of the Challenger, and I think I would definitely personally opt for the wide body and these wheels and like a color like this. I think it's fantastic. Should we look at the interior?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Scat pack. That's the Super B.
That's the Super B. You know what that means now.
He's not wearing his cape. And you got 319 with a 392 there. With
390. Whoa, careful! You got to get these numbers right. They're very important.
Well, I just signed my own death warrant.
You did, right?
392 with the Super B.
Yeah.
Beyond that, this is very familiar.
It's very similar to all the other Challenger Charger products we've been in. Okay, so this has a couple packages that are worth bringing up, right? Because for $800, you get this stitching and the carbon fiber, which I think is worth it. 800? $800. It really brings up the interior.
Par for the course, yeah.
It really brings up the interior.
The seats are comfortable.
Ish. Have you noticed the weird?
Yeah, the headrest is far back. This is in its lowest. Yeah, these are least aggressive lumbar setting.
These are $1,500. They are cooled, and the cooled seats are super powerful, actually. But the there's like the lumbar is weird. I don't know why.
I don't lean my head all the way back when I drive.
No, but it's like a safety thing. You don't want this much distance, kind of.
Maybe you do. If you rock out hard,
you need the distance.
Right, well now I feel sick.
Anyway, manual transmission. You don't see that in these very often.
No.
That's $1,000 for that. Extra. Yeah.
This is a weird transmission because if you get in it for the first time, it's very uncomfortable. It looks like it's in first.
Yes, but it's not.
When it's in neutral.
It is a bit strange, but once you kind of get used to the position of it, it's totally fine, honestly. Old Challengers were like that, these like sticks coming out, right? Yeah. Infotainment, worth saying, it's really good.
Yeah, we've got on with this really, really well. It's funny, in the SRT mode, if we go to that.
Yeah.
There's not as many options as we used to see.
All we get is traction, suspension, steering. Well, obviously, like there's no transmission setting.
Or power setting.
Because
there's no black key or red key with this.
No, exactly.
It's just a black key.
It's just a black key.
I'm going to paint it red.
That's right.
And then I'm going to lie.
Otherwise, I don't have any issues with this interior. Personally, I think the Alcantara and the headliner is part of that one package. I mean...
Also, this steering wheel's an upgrade, right? The flat bottom.
Oh, yeah, the flat bottom. Yeah, no, it's fine, right?
However, despite the upgrade, we still have blank switches.
Yeah.
Every single one of these is blank.
Stupid.
To remind you what you could have had.
Yeah.
I don't even know what goes. Do you remember what goes?
I don't even remember what's supposed to be there. No, maybe
eject.
Yeah.
Raw.
Anyway, this is a very spacious interior. It's for discerning soda enthusiasts.
There's space, yeah. Your badonkadonk finally has found a home.
Fine. I am very comfortable.
All right, should we conclude?
Yes.
Okay, let's get rid of this prehistoric parking brake. And we go. So, we just tested the back seats as well, and they are not very comfortable. They're difficult to get in and out of, and my head aggressively touches the ceiling. So I think that the Charger is the better all-around package, because despite the fact that it's a four-door sedan, I feel like it drives sharper, has more practical back seats, and yes, in Hellcat form it struggled to put the power down, but now I'm realizing that a Scat Pack wide-body Charger could be the absolute sweet spot of the range.
I think I agree with James. I think that the Charger kind of makes more sense, and I swear that it was sharper than this around the corners. Not that I am faulting this for being what it is. It is a Challenger. It fits the bill perfectly. I respect Dodge for refusing to update this thing. We make fun of them for it, obviously, but whenever they're faced with a problem of what should we build next, they just take one of the cars they already have and add more power. Put it this way, if they redesigned the Dodge Challenger and they made it a small, light, button-down Camaro competitor, I would be disappointed.
You gotta love this. Because it just makes no apologies. And as it stands right now, It is the last of the muscle cars.
The B logo, the Super B, really iconic. What does it mean?
It's B with a cape, and it saves crimes.
No, it's Super. Fuck me. The Super B logo, really iconic. What does it mean?
B, where's the cape? I think we have it.